J-Drone here. What's going on, guys? Product review, FOOKOO, Aim Your Safeties, license plate backup camera kit. So basically we're going to have a monitor up there, and then we will have our camera on our back plate, and we'll be able to see when we're backing up out of this van, because I can't see too well when I'm backing up. Inside the box we have a monitor, just maybe a base mount, some cords. Let's go ahead and further on. The upper portion of the box is for the monitor. That's the monitor antenna that will thread onto that spot right there. We have base mount here. We have other base mounts that we can use. I assume that's maybe to sit that on like a stand. So this will probably just go right, and it is a stand if you didn't want to use like a base mount. We also have a cigarette lighter adapter for that. Now this right here is the entire license plate combo. You have your positive and negative running off of here. It goes into a tap like that, which you connect that to. Then you have a positive and negative there. I'm assuming the positive goes to the reverse light. You tap into the reverse light, and negative just ground. That should activate this on and off when you throw it in reverse. And with this plugged in, I assume that just pick up the signal automatically. So the first thing I've done, guys, I've taken off this panel, which is that panel, and I've also looked in the tail light here to see which one the reverse light is, and you can see there's a whole series of wires here. Pretty sure the positive is green, and we could just ground this. We could ground it to there, I think, and we'll be fine. Or we can just tap into a negative. It really wouldn't matter. But coming off the reverse light was green and black, so that's what I'm going to tap into. But I took this off because we're going to need to run wires back here, and there is a gap. There's a gap. You can see the light coming through there in front of that plug. I think that's where I'm going to run the wires for the camera after we place the lights. Just to show you, I've had to take this piece out of the bottom here because that is extremely snug, and hopefully now it'll fit in. Basically you got to put the top in first, and what's giving me a little hiccup there is the license plate light, but we'll see how this goes. Show you guys, the license plate light nuts snapped. So I'm going to have to try to figure out how to get those out of there, which I have an idea. And then just find ones that'll fit in there. Or just upgrade the light. I mean, it's a dim light. Maybe we'll upgrade it with an LED or something. All right, guys. So down there is the housing for the license plate light. I've fished the wires through that hole. You can see the license plate light there. And this actually fits really nice there. It's going to have to be lifted up just a little bit so that hole matches, but it'll be good. And then again, we're just going to have to figure out our license plate light, and we'll get it wired up. Super clean install. I had to add 2 holes behind both these because this van only had 2 holes on top. So that's in there now. Hopefully you guys can see that. We still have to worry about our license plate light, which is up there, which we'll worry about after we get this. The wires ran through. The antenna for this is actually like right in there. We have them coming out here. I can't get them through there, and I don't want to take that apart. So I'm just gonna run them over here, and then inside the molding, I have the red attached to the green very crudely, and then we have a negative right there. So we're gonna go up front. I have it plugged in. Let's see if it works. So that gets a red light on it. I'll kind of leave that like that. That way you can see it. Over here, I'm gonna put the van in reverse. Bam! So obviously it's not looking directly back, it's looking where it's looking because the door is open. So we'll go ahead and shut the doors and then show you what it is. Van's in reverse and hands up. Now we have a direct rear look out. You can see signal right there. Try to block that a little bit. Now obviously this isn't directly in the center of the van because it's on one of the doors, but this will give me a light perspective on what's behind me. So this is awesome. Pretty simple setup. Again, you got to find your positive for your reverse light, tap into that, then draw negative from the body, and then just plug it in, plug it in, plug it in. Now I think there is a couple features on this I'm going to try to look through. If it's the case, then I will show you them. Otherwise, I'm J-Drone, guys, upgrading the ASTRO van. You can add grid lines, and you can also switch around the orientation to make it mirrored or even upside down if you installed it upside down. But other than that, that's about it. You can adjust the color I'm liking it. This will help me a lot backing up because there are no windows in my back, so I only have back. And this will help me with a wider perspective of what's behind me. Last part of this video. So I had a hard time figuring out where I wanted to mount this. Over there, it didn't quite fit right. I have a solar panel up here, so I didn't want to go up there. But being this vehicle's AC does not work, and I generally don't use AC. I mean, I got a lot of vehicles. AC works in that, doesn't work in that, it works in that, and my Kia back there, it works in that. I generally don't use AC. Even in my house, I don't use AC. So I figure, why not utilize the space that we have here? And I'm trying to keep the sun out of here. You can see it glaring. So we've allowed that I have all heat options. Front defroster, blend, heater, and vent. That'll go all the way down, and bamzo, there's where I have it mounted. 3M tape. I have the antenna pointing back that way, but as you can see, hopefully, we have full bars as far as reception. I'm wondering if this is running off 5.8 gigahertz. I bet you it is. We can get FPV goggles, hook one to the front and drive FPV. Not likely, don't do that. But all right, guys, I'm Jay Drone. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Gonna throw it on park. That goes away. Then you just come down here, press the button, it's off. So pretty cool. So just to show you guys, this is now my LED setup. I bought these at Walmart and I stuck them up, and as you were able to see, it is amazing.